Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot is brought to you by Dothan Cosmetic Dentistry, Westside Auto Care, and Mustard Seed Landscaping. Welcome to Solo Shots on the Sweet Spot. I'm your host, Corey Bradley. Today I'm joined by a senior from Houston Academy, Mary Helen Mendheim. Mary Helen, welcome to the Sweet Spot.
Thanks for having me.
It was good to have you. First things first, I always got to ask, what's your sweet spot moment? When you're playing the game of basketball, this gives me goosebumps, this gives me chills. What's your sweet spot moment on the court?
Okay, this year is actually the first year I've been playing point guard, so that's a new position for me because all my career I've been playing down low.
Yeah.
But I would say, for me, I haven't never really been a shooter, so even just like hitting a three, that's awesome for me because I've never been a shooter, or just getting around a defender, taking it to the basket. So yeah, that's about it.
What's been your funnest moment as a Raider playing ball here?
I guess recently, we ended up losing, but it was fun when I hit the not game winning, but when I tied the Wicksburg game, 28-28, I hit a three from outside with like 40 seconds left.
Yeah.
That was good. Or when we went to, a couple years back, we went to Elite Eight for first time in a very long time, I guess, or our first time ever.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah. All right. So you talked about playing point and how different that has been. Talk about that adjustment for you of kind of being the ball handler and being the primary ball handler up and down the court and having to get people in the right spots. How has that transition been for you?
I've kind of struggled a little bit, but I think I've adjusted to it as well as I could. I'm obviously not stud ball handler, whatever, but I think I can handle pressure well enough to be point guard. But it's been fun to play this position. It's definitely new for me, but I think it's been good. Good adjustment. So,
what do you believe is the best part of your game?
I would say I don't always make every single shot, but getting down low, kind of posting up, and sometimes rebounding is a big one for me. But I'm not always the best. That's the first thing that came to my head.
Yeah. You know, you've been playing varsity since like 8th grade, right? Talk about the evolution of your game. How has it evolved from 8th grade to now as a senior?
I think I can just read the court very well and just our other players and just know where to go at this point in this moment. And I think because when I was very young, I didn't know a whole lot, but obviously that's developed a lot more. And obviously I've worked on my ball handling skills, and I still don't have the correct form of shooting. It is not the best, but I think I've definitely come a long ways from where I started.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So how do you shoot the ball? What is your release? What does it
always
look
so
like?
funny because I always make fun of myself for it. Even my coach were like, it's too late to fix it now. I always act like I'm shooting like this. I'm right, but then somehow this hand starts to make its way under.
It gets more.
So that's what happens. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Hey, I'll tell you something I do enjoy about your game. And when I think about this particular move in the game of basketball, you come to mind because, first of all, we don't see it a lot in today's game, and it's super effective when we just don't see it. But your pump fake, your pump fake is like a killer. I mean, you have such a great pump fake, and they bite on it all the time because most opposing defenses are they're overzealous, they're super aggressive, and they're gonna bite on every little jump. You know what I'm saying? Every little thing you can use their aggression against them. But you have like the sweetest pump fake.
We really worked on that too this year too.
Yeah. But you've had this for years. This is really your game. Yes, I promise you. I've told people that I've coached before, I'm like, man, Mary Helen and HA has like the sweetest pump fake.
I guess I don't even realize I do.
You just do it because that's part of the game. It's habit. Like you're trying to sell a fake shot to get an even closer shot. Yeah. And that's what you do. You'll pull up, pump, and then drive past that person and get to the hole and lay up and get fouled or whatever. So you say you don't even realize you do it.
No, I guess not.
Hey, but this, I'm telling you, I have a pump fake in my game when I would play, and people will always follow, especially if you drive hard.
No, I'll fall for them too. I mean, people will do it to me.
So you're a victim to your own craft.
I try not to, not all the time. But.
Man, guys, boys, girls, anybody in basketball, use the pump fake more often, please. It's such a brilliant move. And you have to be a solid ball fake. You can't just do it a little soft, little fake. You got to actually sell it like you want to shoot and drop by your person. I promise you'll get to the hole easier, just like she does, and she's been doing for years to come.
I guess.
Talk about Coach Ken Klinger, first year here. Talk about his impact here in his first year with the Lady Raiders.
He's been awesome. I mean, he knows all things basketball, and he's put in a lot of good things, and he's already started to develop the younger girls too. I did a camp this past Monday for little young girls, like 1st through 4th grade or 6th grade.
Yeah.
But he is just awesome, and we really have developed. We worked all summer. We've been working since the start of August. We did it. It's kind of our schedule, but every G period, we've just been doing workouts ever since. But he's a really good guy, and we love him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hey, shout out to Coach Klinger.
Yes,
hey,
shout out Coach
I got a chance to meet him a few days ago, and was just a genuine guy, man. We're just laughing and just talking ball. But yeah, so the Raiders are definitely,
we love him.
Like, glad to have him for sure. This is a very super young team.
Right.
You're the only senior for the Raiders this year. Describe your leadership, how it's changed over years past to now being the only senior for this basketball team.
Yeah, 2 years ago we had like 4 seniors, and I've always been that girl just to listen to them, blah blah blah, and they've had other people too. But this year it definitely has been different, being the only senior. But I think I've taken that responsibility good. I think because they all look to me, and I mean, I'll talk to them when I need to.
Yeah.
And on the court, I'll tell them what to do, and I feel like they just always feed to me too. But it's been a big adjustment, and I mean, I like being the only senior at this point.
Yeah.
I really love it, and yeah, it's been good.
So when you talk about it being an adjustment, what's been like the toughest part for you? Is it like being more vocal or being more of an example and showing people I guess
I forget sometimes that I am the only senior, and all these little girls where I once was, they're all looking to me, and I forget that sometimes. So I gotta be responsible about that, and just know that these little girls are looking up to me, and they'll be there one day too. So I really want to set that example for them.
Yeah. So. All right. So you being a leader, it takes a leader to know a leader. Give me a person or two there are some of those younger girls that once you graduate will have to ascend to that leadership role. Who are some people you'd like to recognize?
I would like little or like 11?
just after you graduate, who's next. Who you feel like you're passing the torch to have to be that leader and step up and be the Mary Helen type catalyst?
I mean, I can just think of the 2 juniors on the team right now, which are Ari and Molly, and they do also a really good job. They're captains with me, but they do a really good job too, just with helping me, and I think they'll carry on so good next year. Yeah. But younger girls, I hope, my sister being one of them, her name's Campbell. She's a little 8th grader. I hope I'll pass this torch on to her, and when she gets my age too.
Yeah. Okay. So as we inch closer to tournament play, where does this team need to grow, inching close to the area tournament dates, and where do you feel like this Lady Raider team has to evolve even more moving forward? Because I know you guys lost to Northside by 3, lost to Wicksburg by 3. You talked about that game. Where do you feel like this team has to?
I just think we need to. We played Slocum last night too, but I think we just need to play our game, just relax and stop turning the ball over so much. But also we've struggled with getting the ball in the hoop, which we've been working on down there, and they won't fall, but also just boxing out, just the basics, the fundamentals, and honestly, what I said in the beginning, just playing our game. I really think that's how we need to evolve for this tournament coming up.
Yeah. You heard it here first from the only senior for Houston Academy, Mary Helen Mendheim, as the Raiders look to box out their opposition and shoot for momentum heading into area tournament competition. Mary Helen, I appreciate you coming on the Sweet Spot.
Thanks for having me.
Hey, she's a keeper. She's a leader. Hey, I appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much.